Hey Saints, we're back. So I think there's been a few videos now today done on this article. I picked this one up out of Fox News, but it's kind of made the rounds here. Video purportedly shows ISIS destroying ancient city of Nimrud, and they set off a huge bomb here, blew it up, and um, this, is coming out of the thought that ISIS representing a radical form of Islam sees any of this ancient statues or whatever as idols that didn't, you know, didn't show worship to Allah, so they have to blow them up. That's kind of what's the justification is. Now, if you are a little bit suspicious, like I think many people are, of how the coalition forces led by the U.S. have accidentally dropped supplies to ISIS. John McCain was in Syria. He actually said, I found the good guys here. We need to arm the rebels. And how many times have we armed the rebels and the rebels joined with ISIS? Matter of fact, there's a a photo, and I don't know if this is true or not. I probably could have dug it up here, but um, a photo of John McCain and the good guys that he found over there. Now, purportedly, somebody said that the guy in the background of that photo was actually al-Baghdadi, the guy now calls himself the Caliph of ISIS. I don't know if that's true or not, but you get the picture. There's a lot of I don't know, shady connections now between what we're doing, what NATO forces are doing, and what ISIS is doing. It just seems like there's some squirrely stuff there, but regardless, now they're destroying here in Nimrud, and we made mention of this before. Nimrud's pointing back to Nimrod, although the city of Nimrud um, has a predecessor name, and it's biblical, and we'll take a look at that, as well as ISIS. Now that's just it's supposed to be the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, supposedly is what the acronym is, but we know ISIS is also the ancient representation of Semiramis, who was Nimrod's wife. And so the fact that these radical Islamists are called ISIS and they're claiming to have to blow up all these cities around northern Iraq because they don't, honor Allah is kind of a joke in my mind because the name, the acronym that they were titled with was titled after Nimrod's wife, and can't convince me that that was just a coincidence. Now, I'll leave that one go. I'd probably get in trouble if I go much further. I think you guys remember this too. It wasn't that long ago here. This is the Guardian, February 26th there. The ISIS fires destroy the ancient artifacts at Mosul Museum. And Mosul is got an ancient biblical name as well. It was Nineveh. And so I just wanted to start tying some things together, make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing here. Who knows what's triggering the ISIS fighters to actually go destroy these certain places, but let me just translate one. The ancient city of Nimrud is Calah, and Calah is, let's go down here, Genesis 10. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a muddy one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, whereas said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, right there, in the land of Shinar. And out of that land went forth Asher, and he buildeth Nineveh, the city Rehoboth and Calah. Well, oh, and then they got Rezin is the city between Nineveh and Calah, the same as a great city. Now there's a little bit of debate about out of that land went forth Asher. It was Asher or Assyrian, the Assyrian, the name of Nimrod, or as some translations have it here, he went forth north to Assyria and built Nineveh and Rehoboth and Calah. And let's take a look at a map here, see what he's talking about. So the beginning of his thing was Babel or Babylon. It's the same in Hebrew. And, you know, we've got Acadia here. And then he went north in the one translation and built Nineveh and Calah. And right now, where are the ISIS fighters blowing everything up and trashing it is they're blowing up Nineveh, which is modern day Mosul, and they're blowing up Calah, which is modern, well, it's a city in ruins, but it's the modern day name of Nimrud. So why do I find that interesting? You know, the Bible not only lists those cities there, but Nimrod, the Assyrian, and we get that title for him, you know, in a bunch of places. Micah, let's just do one of these, but you can go check out the involvement, if you want to say, of Assyria in the end times, or the Assyrian in the end times, in a whole bunch of passages. Matter of fact, you could add Ezekiel 31 appears to point that way as well. I guess I left that off the list there. But, let's go down here and take a look at Micah 5:5. A little context here is the judge. Okay, now marshal your troops together. He has laid siege to us. They will strike the judge of Israel on the cheek with a rod. And as for you, Bethlehem of Ephrathah, even though you remain as least among the clans of Judah, nevertheless, the one who rules in Israel will emerge from you. His existence has been from antiquity. See, there's Christ in his first coming. Therefore, that ruler will abandon them until the woman in labor gives birth. Then the rest of his countrymen will return to the Israelis. Oh, I'm looking at the ISV. Sorry, let's just finish off here. Then he will take his hand, a stand, shepherding by means of the strength of the Lord and by the power of his name, the Lord God, and he will be firmly established. Indeed, from then on he will become great to the ends of the earth, and this will be our peace. Well, now, that's him in a second coming. Let's flip over to the King James Version. Finish this off. And they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, the land of Nimrod and the entrances thereof, and shall deliver us from the Assyrian when he comes into our land and when he treadeth on our borders. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as dew from the Lord, and the showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And so, at the second coming, the land of Assyria and the Assyrian will get judged. So the Assyrian appears to come full circle at the end with his people, and I'm not sure in which way, you know, Nimrod, being the Assyrian of old, returns, and you know, you can speculate all day long. But what makes me very curious now is if the ISIS fighters are in here destroying the ancient original cities of Nimrod, I just get curious as why those cities and why destroy those ancient artifacts. And a little bit of what intrigues me here is that are they trying to cut off the ties from when the Antichrist returns, and if he is in some way representing the Nimrod from old, are they trying to cleanse that area of Iraq, because we know there's the end times Babylon, and I don't believe it's America. I believe it's back there in Iraq. Are these guys clearing out the ancient references to Nimrod and his cities and all that? And so when ancient Babylon, the mother of harlots, gets restored, it's harder to tie the fact that this, ancient rebellious man against the Lord God is the Antichrist when he shows back up in the land of Iraq, potentially right in this very area that we're looking at. If you blow up all the ancient cities and all the old artifacts that point to him, when he shows up again in that same place, it'll be harder to make those ties for the people that are left. And you guys know that lack of biblical knowledge will mark the end of days, and that's probably because most of us will be gone, and so they won't be able to put two and two together that this Antichrist character, whatever his name's going to be back in Babylon, back in the same cities where Nimrod originally founded, and they won't be able to tie the artifacts and the history to it because ISIS has blown them to smithereens. So I'll leave you with that, saints. Just kind of think about it. Can't say for certain positive that that's what's going on, but it just intrigues me as they start smashing up, ancient Nineveh, and they start smashing up ancient Calah or Nimrud, that something might be afoot. So God bless you, saints. I really hope that we're going home soon, but I still got one or two more videos left in me if the Lord tarries, a couple more things to talk about. God bless you, saints.